Hey there, I'm bringing you another medication from Horizon Pharma. This one is called Vimovo. It is a mixture of naproxen and esomeprazole. Naproxen is also known as Aleve, and esomeprazole as Nexium. These are, again, two over-the-counter medications, a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug, and a proton pump inhibitor. Just like Duexis, Duexis is a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug, ibuprofen, and a proton pump inhibitor, famotidine. This one, it's naproxen, which is the anti-inflammatory drug, and esomeprazole, which is the proton pump inhibitor. So basically, just a carbon copy of Duexis. You can even see the prices almost exactly the same. So again, if you want to save massively on a prescription like this, you just split them apart. So you can split them into the individual components, naproxen and esomeprazole, but I'm going to recommend that you go an extra step. So naproxen costs $6. As of right now, esomeprazole is still not that cheap. It's... oh, damn it, someone's calling me. Hold on a second. Alright. Esomeprazole is still not that cheap because it went generic very recently. And what will happen is, even though something goes generic, it'll take 2-3 plus years in order for the price to get down into an acceptable range, because people are still going to try to gouge you on the insurance. And I'll show you an example of exactly what I'm talking about, because they already have over-the-counter Nexium, and if you compare it to the price of the ones that are through your insurance, the price is ridiculous. But Nexium itself is a rip-off drug, and I'll explain that in a separate video. But Nexium esomeprazole is the same as omeprazole, and you can buy omeprazole for $10. So what in this situation they're charging is $10 and $6 drugs for $1,400. Again, just like Duexis, in the very similar vein. So let me show you what I mean about that whole price gouging thing with stuff going generic, and that'll help you. Otherwise, there really isn't much else to this. It's basically exactly like Duexis. Let me explain to you about that price gouging real quick. I don't want to make this a video about Nexium. It's supposed to be about Vimovo. But this is important. So when you split the Vimovo, you don't split it into naproxen and esomeprazole. You split it into naproxen and omeprazole. If the generic Nexium was a fair price, then it would be okay. But it's not a fair price. And I'm going to show you why. So here we are at the Nexium page. For a strength of 20 milligrams and for a quantity of 30 capsules, it's $250. For the generic, same strength, same quantity, the least expensive is $102, but it looks like on average it's $180. So you might ask, what's wrong with that? Well, let me show you about the price gouging, because they have an over-the-counter version of Nexium. Well, let me go to the Walgreens page, and here we are. This is for brand Nexium, just like the brand medication where they had the generic over on the other page. This is brand Nexium, esomeprazole magnesium. You can see that there. The strength is 22.3, so slightly stronger than the other capsules we were looking at. And this is for a quantity of 42. But the most hilarious part you're going to notice is the price. It's $27.99. That's right, $27.99. And let's look back here. For brand Nexium, for something that is weaker, 20 milligrams as opposed to 22, and for a quantity of 30 capsules instead of 42, it's $250. And even for the generic, same strength, same quantity, it's 102 at best. So you don't want to just go for generics, especially if a medication has recently turned generic, because often they'll try to price gouge you for a good long time. So that's why you want to get omeprazole instead of esomeprazole, because omeprazole and esomeprazole are basically the same thing. I can make a video about it, what the difference between Nexium and omeprazole is, but honestly, this made headlines a long time ago. People had tried to get the patent of Nexium removed because obviously it's a bogus drug. It's in the same league as Vimovo and Duexis. They didn't charge as high a price as these guys, but still, it's the same concept where you're just ripping people off for basically no innovation. So if you search on the internet, there's a lot of news articles and information about it, because it was a big case a while ago. They tried to get the patent removed, it just didn't work out, and really that kind of case set a precedent for a lot of these other drugs to start coming out now. Since the patent was granted and was not repealed, then it basically gave license for everyone else to start doing the same thing. So that's really what the difference is. Again, this is not really supposed to be about Nexium, but just make sure you get omeprazole, because you look at omeprazole, it's $10, and it does the exact same thing. There's no difference. So again, not about Nexium. Again, make sure if someone is prescribing you a drug like Duexis or Vimovo, that you take that into consideration, because they're going to be script farming you, and the type of care that they're going to be giving you is not the kind that is in your best medical interest. It's going to be what's in the best interest for their pocketbook, whatever is going to make them the most money. So if you can, try to get another prescriber if someone's trying to give you this kind of stuff. If you have insurance that won't let you, or you can't find one, then well, you just gotta have to stick it out. But just be aware of it. It's just always good to be aware of what are they thinking about when they're analyzing your health situation. Are they thinking about what's best for you, or are they thinking about what's going to make them the most money? So I hope you found this helpful. If you liked it, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.